At the moment, I've got a real problem with my photography, and it's an uncomfortable truth that I don't think I've really wanted to address, and I feel like a complete fraud because I don't really take any pictures. And that's a bit of a problem because I'm making videos on this channel about creativity, filmmaking and photography. And I'm involved in creativity and filmmaking. But if I'm not making many pictures, then how can I realistically encourage others to do so? I made a video back in September about reawakening my creativity because I've been in a bit of a creative lull for 12 to 18 months. And I've made a few videos following that, and I've really enjoyed the process of making those and indulging in my creativity to get those done, but I haven't really changed my relationship with photography at all. And that has been really difficult because although it's not got any worse, it feels like it has just because of the time that's passed without me doing much about it. And I've been really trying to work out why that is. And there's been a lot of introspection. I've been journaling like I described in a video recently, just trying to pinpoint why I'm not taking photos. And it dawned on me the other day when I decided to update my website and put some images on it. And I looked at all my favourite images from 2023 and there was a really clear pattern to them. In case you're not aware, I work with Nigel Danson on his channel. I do quite a lot of his videography, I do editing for him and various other bits to help him out. And if you look at my images from last year, pretty much every single one of them that I deem worthy of going on my website was taken whilst I was on a trip with Nigel that was to make videos for his channel. Now, I'm not saying that my photography is the same as his because I'm very conscious when I'm there, when I'm working, that I want to capture where we are, but in a slightly different way to how he is doing. I want to kind of try and see something for myself, but when it comes down to it, I'm filming him, I'm making videos, that's my sole aim. So anything I do get is almost a very quick capture. I mean, most of the time I don't even get a chance to put my camera on a tripod, and that's not criticism of anything that's happening there because that's my job. My job's to film and I'm just grabbing a shot if I can. And it means that I've got some shots that I am really proud of and I do really like, but because my mind wasn't in like a photographic space at the time, I was more focused on the filmmaking element. There just feels like a real disconnect between me and the photograph. They don't feel like my photographs. And I think that connection between photographer and photograph is such a key element to the art that it's just missing for me from them. So there's going to be this kind of detachment with photography as far as I'm concerned if they are the main body of work that I've got to go on from last year. I absolutely love the videos that I've worked on with Nigel last year, the Luscantire series, the Madeira videos, Iceland. I think we shot some absolutely amazing stuff. And I'm really proud of that and really grateful that I've got to experience these kind of things and take photos in those locations. But what I need to do to be able to progress my own photography is to separate my photography from my work with Nigel. I need to carve out my own photographic path. But how do I do that? Well, one of the main things I realised when I was looking through my images is that I've actually not got a style at all. There's nothing about my images that you can say that was taken by me. And I think that's something that is really hard to achieve and can potentially take years, but there's not necessarily even a theme or a connection between them. They're just nice landscape photos in the main. And that's not what I think I want them to be. The problem is at the moment, I don't know what I want them to be. And that feeling of not knowing just causes inaction, basically. But I need to push through that. I need to make myself try different things. I need to learn different things. I need to expose myself to different areas of photography, different genres, different photographers, and work out what's going to be my style. What do I like shooting? How can I pull together a sort of cohesive body of work? One of the things I want to do that I think will really help with this is study photography more, look through more books, look through more people's work and find what really kind of resonates with me. What do I like looking at? Because generally speaking, what you like looking at in terms of photography will directly influence what you produce. If there's a style of photography that we find that we really like, then that often is a signpost to what we should be producing ourselves. So when I look back over my work, the majority of what I've shot is landscapes, and it's what got me into this, and I absolutely love landscapes. I feel like because of the work I do, I'm completely immersed in landscape photography a lot of the time, and that can lead to sort of slight feelings of burnout with that, I think, and it kind of gives me a little nudge towards exploring something else. And over the years I've shot various images with kind of like a human impact on the landscape, and I quite like that area of photography, and I think I'd like to explore the human side of things more than the natural landscape a little bit. And I'm sort of on the border of introversion and extroversion, I think, and whilst I love being out in the countryside like this, I also really enjoy being in the city, and I think I'd like to shoot people and cityscapes and life a little bit more than I do at the moment. And it's going to be hard to work out how to balance that with this side of things, and whether or not you can actually produce some sort of cohesive portfolio that ties the two together. I think that's what I'd like to do. Whether or not it'll work remains to be seen, but that's what I need to try. And in order to produce that, I need to actually push myself out the door with my camera. So I've decided that every single Monday, I'm going to go out early with all my stuff and take pictures. And sometimes make videos too, take you guys along for the journey, because I think it will be, hopefully, a useful and interesting journey to go on. So that's my plan, basically. Go out every week, take photos, learn the rest of the time and indulge in other people's photography. If you've got any recommendations for photographers I should maybe check out, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. But until then, every Monday, except next Monday because I'm busy, and I can do the Monday after that and the Monday after that. I'll just find a different day next week, because I need to be accountable to myself to do this. And I need to be accountable to you guys as well. I've set this out now as something I want to do, so if I don't do it, feel free to berate me or maybe offer some kind words of encouragement instead, because I've spent a few years berating myself and it's not all that helpful. So yeah. Now, I know from previous videos I've made on this topic that there are other people with a similar way of thinking in terms of this, so I hope this has given you some things to think about in terms of that, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments below if you are struggling for kind of creative inspiration and motivation. And I like to think we can all kind of help each other along, because wanting to take photos and not being able to, as stupid as it sounds, is one of the most frustrating things I've experienced. I want to take photos, I want to build a body of work, I want to build a style, but something inside me is just stopping me from doing that, and I am absolutely determined to get over it. And I think this way of separating it from my work, as I've outlined, is the way forward for me. Let me know down below if you're struggling, if we can help each other out. I think we're all in this together. We're all trying to be photographers, filmmakers, artists, whatever. And I think, like, if we can help each other along in that journey, then we can go a long way. Right, I'm not doing it again.